Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good day, and good evening, Gambia and abroad, respectively. This is SS Media. If you are just joining us, and it's your favorite program, that is our educational system. And today, here with me, I have two students from Nusrat Senior Secondary School that we are going to be discussing an interesting topic, that is the secret behind the great performance of science students. And we all know how science students perform in our various schools, Gambia and abroad, and even in international schools. So today here I have two students from Mr. Senior Secondary School, and I would like to give them mic to introduce themselves for the wonderful audience and listeners outside here. And with that, I will start from my right side with a gentle boy.
Good day, viewers. It's a pleasure to be part of this program here today. Well, my name is Daniel Mendy. Like he said, I'm just a current graduate from Nusrat Senior Secondary School, embarking on the science field. And I can say it's going to be a great day having this interview here today. So stay tuned with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daniel Mendy. It's a great honor for us also to have you here. And with my left side also, I have another gentle boy. Can you please introduce yourself?
Good day, viewers. My name is Mohamed Drame, a current graduate of Nusrat Senior and Secondary School. We are here today to talk more about the science children excel more in academic field. So stay tuned and enjoy.
Thank you so much. We have Mohamed Drame, that is a current graduate of Nusrat Senior Secondary School. And as I stated earlier, the topic is the great or the secret behind the great performance of science students. We all know there's no doubt science students are genius and they are excellent students in various schools. And with that, we'll have our first question that we are going to engage Daniel P. Mendy, or Daniel Mendy rather, not initial. I'm giving another initial from my boy Michael. So we have Daniel, and we will also start with a brief academic biography from Daniel to Nusra Senior Secondary School.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Usman. Yeah, I think that question is very important because in whatsoever you do, I believe there is a root and where you started from. Yeah, actually, I'll start from where I started from. That is in Tobago Nursery School. That was actually where I started my basic education. I had my nursery school from nursery 1 to 4. Then after from there, I was enrolled at Gloro Lower Basic School. That is at West Coast region when on the way to Faraba, something like that, at the University of the Gambia. So I had my grade 1 to 6 there. Then after from there, I also went to presentation of Mary Basic Cycle School, which is at Brikama, also a very well-known school. So after from there, I can say I started my pursuit at Nusrat Senior Secondary School on the science field. So that is actually my academic biography from nursery school to senior school. And now I'm a current graduate from Nusrat. I'm hoping to pursue my higher education at the University of the Gambia, possibly very soon. Yeah.
Yeah, that is amazing. Brief biography of Daniel Mendy from Tubakuta, Kuloro to Brikama, now for Nusra Senior Secondary School, Serakunda N and Bundu N, and possibly University of the Gambia. May all your dreams come true. And my right side, I have Mohammed Drame, that is our Honorable Mohammed. Can you also give us a brief biography of your academic career?
Thank you, Usman. Yeah, I started my schooling Dibakunda Mobetan Nursery School, where I did my nursery school from nursery 1 to nursery 4. Then I went to Deeper Life Primary School from 1 to 5, where I skipped the 6th grade, moving on to St. Teresa's from 7 to 9. From St. Teresa's, then I went to the prestigious school that is widely recognized in this country here, which is Nusrat Senior Secondary School. Now I'm just a current graduate and hoping to pursue my educational career at the University of the Gambia. Thank you.
Wow, amazing people and amazing academic biography from Dibakunda, Deeper Life, of the St. Teresa's and the Nusrat Senior Secondary School. And we all know the great performance of Nusrat Senior Secondary School in the academic faculty of the Gambia. And with that, we also have another question with these people here. We are going to discuss an important topic, but the topic also will not be only centered on the great performance, but also in different faculties of life. Now, we are also going to ask Daniel, how do you select your career or your field? Because we all know that in the Gambia, when you receive your grades or your results from junior school, there will be many factors that are influencing you: external factor, internal factor, societal pressure, peer influence about choosing a field, choose science, arts, commerce, and you decided to choose science. What are the factors that motivate you to do so?
Science. Right, thank you so much. I think that's a very interesting question. Okay, I will start from where actually I took my results from grade 9, because we believe that the real life of academic pursuit, or trying to pursue out your determinations or your ambitions in life, starts when you actually trying to venture into the senior school. Because I believe that is where you actually choose very carefully within the arts, science, and the commerce field. That is in relation to your dream career in life. So when I collected my results in grade 9, I actually got aggregate 8. So from there, when I reached home, my mom asked me, "So what actually do you want to become in life?" So my response was, I think I want to become a doctor. But also, I think I want to become a pilot. So the confusion I was having. So I had to give myself time before I come to New Start Senior Secondary School. But also, mind you, I have a background in the arts arena. That is in the case of performing arts, poetry. So also, I was thinking so very much. My teacher asked me, "My brother, what do you want to go and do at the senior school?" I was like, "I think I will really venture into the science field." He was like, "But you have a very good background on arts, especially the poetry area. Why don't you do arts and then try to also increase yourself in that very perspective?" I was like, "I can still do poetry without the arts field, but I think I want to become a doctor." So that was what actually led me to continue strat and actually choose the science field. Also, having reached at grade 10, grade 11, I've been considered a lot of things. I think now I want to become a pilot. So that's what I'm working towards. So I can see what actually motivated me to choose the science field is based on determination and passion. Because we believe that in whatsoever you are doing in life, if you don't build up the interest, the determination, and the passion towards it, everything will count into void. Because that's what I normally tell most people. If you have a mission without a vision inside it, then actually everything will turn into chaos. So I think the passion led me to choose the science field, and also the dreams, the ambition I'm having in the future also motivated the pathway also. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That amazing explanation toward the choosing of the field. As we all know that the society and the peers and everything in the society also affected us in choosing our science field, because we believe that it's only those who got a good grade in junior school should choose a science field. Those are factors that are affecting many students to choose science and other fields. With that, we are going to engage Mohammed Ram. Mohammed, how do you choose science field, or what motivated you to choose science field?
Thank you. I think this question is pretty difficult. Yeah, the main reason why I choose the science field, as my brother here, Daniel, said, it's passion. Yeah, because since when I was in upper basic, my teacher always told me that he always told me that you are very good in science. Why don't you pursue science in your academic career when you go to senior school? So, and I was also having in mind to become a medical doctor because I have that passion for science. And whenever I go to the hospital, the way these doctors, the way they treat these patients, like I like it. So that's the main reason why I choose it. And when I went also to my senior secondary school, because my scores in my grade 9 was not that pretty good. Not as expected, which is I scored aggregate 13, but I was able to score science A. But when I went to my senior school, the things changed because the school choose the class that I should go to. I was doing the agri field. Later, I have to go to the vice principal, Mr. Kemokai, that I want to pursue the science field. And he looked at me and asked me to give out reasons. And I give out reasons. He said that my reasons are very good. And he asked me to join the science field. So when I joined the science field, yeah, I can say in my class I got the list and the poorest aggregate there, but I didn't mind. I keep on striking hard because the best the best was aggregate 6. Around 6 to 7 people got aggregate 6, and the rest were single digit. So I scored aggregate 13, and staying in a class whereby everyone is your ability. So I think this grade 9 should not only judge me, but let me just push harder. And consistency is very good because I believe consistency is what changes average students to an excellent student. So when I start my grade 12 examination, because I want to pursue as a medical doctor, then I focused more on biology because I know that biology, if I have a good grade in biology, it can also determine my future. So I later pushed harder, following teachers so that they can give me guidelines. So I was able to score an A in biology. So, and that is what is leading me to go and pursue my educational career at the University of the Gambia. Thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now we are hearing from Daniel Mendy and Mohamed Rame. How do they choose their field? We can realize that they choose their field based on passion and based on the guidance of the society and the people that are also giving them information. That is very important. Now, the students that are outside there that are in junior school, choosing your field is very important. If you can do a field that you feel like this is my ability, I can do this without challenges, please go and choose that one. But a field that is choose by people and you know that I don't have the ability to do this field, it become a challenges for you. So it's very important for you to choose a field that is, you know that your ability can make you to excel more in those areas. Now we all know that science is not a easy field. It's the most difficult field that we know. That's why most of the case, the people that get a good grade, most of the case are the ones that are enrolled in those areas. Now, what are the challenges that you face in the area of science?
Thank you so much. I think that question is very interesting, and I can say it is a it is a factor which allows most people to deviate from doing that science field because they believe there are a lot of difficulties that are related to it. But I can say that is just a concept and a mindset because they believe that if you fill yourself with a concept at certain portions in life, it might affect the way you operate and the way you also respond to things around you. So the science field, I can say there are actually a lot of things that are related to it, which might actually lead to somebody giving up. But then I will tell anybody outside there like if you really want to pursue something, you don't have to consider the negativities of it. Always work towards making everything positive, even though it is trying to appear out as a negative way. So the science field, we all know it. Like you know how it feels to combine mathematics, further maths, biology, chemistry, and physics. Wow, that's too much. It's too much, honestly. But then I can say some of the factors that you face, it has to come with the way you comport yourself in attending to all those subjects at once. Sometimes it becomes very difficult, and also the sacrifice you need to make. Some people don't want to give a sacrifice. So I can say the like one of the great secret performance of why people do very great in the science field is the sacrifice you are ready to do. I don't actually want to connect myself for now, but maybe in the later I would like to give some of the things I face. But I think it's a like high time I also give them. So I can say when I came to New South Senior Secondary School, some of the things I faced as a science student when I started in grade 10, my performance was actually very low from the first term. I can remember that was the our batch, that was the time they started introducing this position stuff. So you know position stuff is actually very crazy when you're in a class, especially when you happen to see yourself in the position that you never expect yourself to be. It actually pushes you to go far. So when I came to New South, that was my grade 10. Yeah, the first sorry, like I said earlier, the first term I actually didn't perform very well. I got position 13. So that actually lead to my spirit was very low. So I had to turn back. After tracing back into things, I realized that it has to be with my own way of comporting myself towards my study time and also the way I respond to certain subjects. So some of the difficulties I face is trying to arrange my subjects to attend to all of them and also building up time to attend to that subjects also. That also the very big problem I also face. And also I can say like you all know how biology is taught. My brother can like give a response because in New we are given close to 3 or 4 books, volume 1, volume 2, the practical and what again and the classification. So all those 4 books are like trying to arrange yourself, comporting yourself towards attending all of them sometimes become very complex. So if you consider all of it, and also you have to get ready and attend to like mathematics, like most of us believe it is the most craziest subject, but unfortunately it is not. And also further maths is there. You have physics and I can say agri geography. So all of those are related to something I do, and there were more of reading and more of calculation. So you can see there comes a time where I really need to battle out with myself, trying to comport myself and also work with something that I think is going to like going to lead me to grow. So I can say some of the factors that affect you on the science field is the number of subjects you do, the amount of energy you need to put out, because I believe sacrifice is also very well counted. If you don't put out sacrifice, nothing will count fruitful. Yeah. So I can say the time, the amount of subjects, and the sacrifices sometimes you need to make can actually lead to a lot of havoc that you will face if you don't put out every necessary detail that are needed. So that's,
That's really amazing, and it needs a lot of sacrifice, as we all know that the science field is not easy. So these are some of the difficulties and the obstacles that they face. Then, Muhammad, we all had that together. Daniel mentioned some of the uh, obstacles and the challenges that they face and the difficulties that they face. Now, he also mentioned some of the solution that he does or mechanism that he does and the tools that he use in order to overcome those challenges. Now, what can you tell to the students that are outside there in order all those difficulties and obstacles and challenges? How can they overcome them, and how do you overcome them?
Yeah, the question here is not as easy as you think. So, as a student, you must face challenges in life. It is very common, and any obstacle that you face, you have to stand straightforward and try try all mechanism in order to what excel in it. So, I faced a lot of academic challenges in my schooling, and one, as I mentioned, because I was in the agric field doing fisheries, doing horticulture, doing animal husbandry. So moving from spending approximately a month in the agricultural field, then moving towards the science field, it's not pretty easy as the way people think. So the moment that I went there, uh, I faced a lot of challenges because mathematics was difficult for me in the agric field. Now I'm facing physics. I'm facing further mathematics. I'm facing chemistry. Yeah, I was like, no, no way I can do it. No way I can survive in this class. So the mindset that I have, and my brother here said that the mindset is very important. The mindset that I believe that I will never make it. So when they introduced that system, as he mentioned, the positioning system, uh, I scored a very bad position, which is 43. And I can remember scoring 1 out of 100 in a subject again. So that is for the maths, you see. But then when I went to check my results because they pasted in on the walls, and my friend was like, Mohammed, here's your results in front of people. The shame that I faced. I went back to class, sat down, crying mercilessly. That is the same day I told my dad, whether you like it or not, I will come out from the house and study. Because he was like, I am young. The time that I came to Nigeria, I was around 14 to 15-year old, and he said, I'm young, so I can spend the night studies there. I said that, no way. It's either I die outside there studying, because I am the firstborn of the family, and I have to try and make sure that I put something on the table. So when I went, so I pushed harder. The second time, the same subject that I scored 1 out of 100, I scored around 60. Oh, no, I think 78 for the math. I scored A from 1 out of 100 to 78. So, and the positioning also from 43 to 25. So you see the changes that I was going through. So then the third term, because all my grade 10, the time that I started scoring 4 points, that was around my third term. Because for me, I consult teachers for advice. I went to Mr. Fall, a math expert, right now working at GBOS. He told me that, Mohammed, the only way you can make it here in Nusrat, the only way you can survive is you capitalize while your friends are sleeping. I will never forget his advice. That is the way I started. From there, reading. I even asked him to make my own timetable, so that study timetable. I was not resting. From there, I went and scored 4.3. I was like, that time 4.3, Mohammed. So you can do it. What was delaying me? Because I have the mindset that people over there, they are better than me. And come and see, starting from grade 11 first time to grade 12, I'm always in the top five. Top five. And you cannot mention great students. You cannot mention top students in Nusra without mentioning my name. Do you know the reason why? Because I believe in my ability. If I see someone having 5 points, I've said that, yeah, we are not from the same bloodline, but as far as having one head, I can do it. Believe in your ability, and consistency is very good. Because I was consistent with my study. You see, it changes me from an average one to what an excellent student. So I believe consistency is very good, and you should try and change the mindset, and also look for a friend that is very good. Do not work with friends that you know that those friends will lead you to calamity. move with friends that you know that they will allow you to excel in future. So I think that is the only thing that I have to say.
Wow, that is very important experience that you experienced during your tenure in Nusra Senior Secondary School. And I hope the student of Nusra Senior Secondary School and other science students and even other commercial areas and arts areas are listening. It depends on your ability, as Daniel mentioned, as Muhammad mentioned. It depends on your ability, the sacrifice, the time you created, and the passion you have for the field, and the determination and the passion that you have toward that field. And you need to also believe in your ability and choose your field wisely. Those are the areas, or those are the things that can make you in order to excel in any other field the way you want. Now, with another important question as science students' performance are concerned. Now, science students, you will see them studying all along compared to other areas. Now, what are the motive behind them studying all along compared to any other field of studies? Yeah.
Yeah, I think also like you said, what is the motive behind it? That's a very big it's a very good question. So no, like I said earlier, in whatsoever you are doing, it depends on what you are expecting in the future and the amount of energy you put in at the current stage where you are facing it. So science students, like we say, what is what is science as a field itself even? What is science? We say science is a systematic study of nature, right? So as a science student, wishing to be, let's say, a doctor in the future, wishing to be a pilot, a nurse, a public health, let's say, a public health officer, and also so many little careers that are also let's say related to it. So having considered all those things, getting back, sitting down, regurgitating on things, you'll come to an let's say a realization that these things that I'm actually wishing to become in life, it has to be with my. I must die for it. You must kill your body. When I say kill your body, it doesn't mean take knife and start doing yourself something. I mean, you should kill your body, meaning you should sacrifice everything needed. So I believe one of the motives and also the great secret behind why science students actually put out energy in let's say you put out in the work you are doing also could be very 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 considered also. So let's say, like I said earlier, science students dream to become pilot, doctors, and also just great personals. So also I believe they say if you want to become something great in life, you must put out a great energy.
That's fine. That's fine. If you want to be something, you need to put a great energy and you need to put a great things toward that because you need to be a something. Being a medical doctor is not easy. Being a pilot is not easy. So it starts from the schooling level. So you need to put some sacrifice. You need to put some determination, some hard working issues, so that at least you can excel more and you can achieve your goals. Mohammed, now by pursuing your that goals, being a medical doctor, as you stated, you want to be a medical doctor, and you also start from afar, right? Now, how do you cope with the system? Because you all know that to sacrifice is not easy. To put a hard work in things or a very good result is not easy. And you all know that as a first son or as a student, you need to put something into the table. You all know that. It could be a result. It could be anything, right? So how do you cope in order to put that thing in a table?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Uh, how I do cope to put something? Uh, I can simply say here is that I try and avoid friends that will lead me astray. Because if you go to my locality, Manjai, I always sit with elders simply because I want to learn from them. I will not sit with people that know that they will lead me to one minus one, but I will sit with people that know that they can make 1 + 1 = 2, but not 1 + 1 = 0. So I sit with elders, learn from them, and ask questions concerning about life. So I want to be a medical doctor. I want to pursue my educational career. The sacrifice, I must sacrifice. At times, I will go to school uh, from the morning, then till around 6. When I go home, I will ask mom, where is lunch? She will be like, your sisters. They finish everything. So the only thing that I can do is take a nap and ask for some amount of money, which is my lunch, go back to school. That is my day routine. My day routine is like having a 4 to 5 hour sleep. From there, everything is what studies because it is something that is systematic. Once you start it 2, 3 days, 4 days, it becomes part of you. As Daniel here, we know each other very well. We are always inside the school campus. It's something that is part of our blood. Because since we start, that is the way we start. So even if you spend a day or 2 days without reading, you'll be like, no, you'll be confused because it is part of your system. Because this is the way you earn something. You have to fuel yourself so that you learn. When you learn, you can benefit yourself and benefit your family, then you can benefit the society. Because the white men believe in papers. So after collecting my WAS results as the firstborn of the family, I set target because my sister also is very good. But since I placed that, my dad told her that hope you can break this record. So that is the way. Like she's having that motive that she hasn't the belief, the confidence that she can break the record. So now we are giving her all the chance to do it. So sacrifice is very important. As a student, you have to sacrifice a lot of things because you see, education is very jealous. You cannot be learning at the same time, combining learning with what? With this stuffs. For instance, we know nowadays we are all matured people. You cannot be going to school without involving yourself in this unnecessary relationships because now it's very common. And if you are not involved in it, they say that this boy, yeah, as in all of it, tapedla. It's not about that. We set goals and we must accomplish those goals before venturing into what? Another system. So my brother here, Daniel, is very serious. Usman also is very serious. When we talk about these things, he will be like, no. Unless I earn what? My degree. As a human being, you should know where you are from and you should also know where you are heading to. If you know that no one can lead you astray. So sacrifice is very good. You have to sacrifice. Even in life, everything is, even this president, they sacrifice a lot of things. So as a student, the only thing that you can do to benefit your family is to learn. You see, learning also is systematic. When you start learning, it becomes part of you. Even if you don't read a day, you'll be angry. At times I will be studying, done. When you study and he feel asleep, he will be sleeping there. What? If he wake up, he'll be like, why are you wicked? You are reading and you didn't wake me up. But what? He read until he is tired and what? Sleep. So, meaning you have to sacrifice. You have to be hungry. You have to be hungry. You have to act as a hungry lion. Even if you are from a wealthy background, remember, money from your wallet does not what? Form love. You know what is love? Love is something that you know that you cherish moment with what? Families. You cherish because if you are earn a good results, look at how society will look up to you. They look at you at different standard. Daniel, only Mandagos will be like, I'll bring my sons to you. Like, and I'm also a Sarahuli. Only Sarahulis at my end will be like, Abdusalam Remeng, like his son. He is very good. Don't go and visit him at Manjai, then he will tell you, yeah, you see people coming to my house, texting. And then will check Daniel's phone, you see a lot of messages. Because of what? They know what he can do. So it's all because of what? Seriousness. This boy is serious. Usman here is very serious. That's why he was able to score that 6 A's. It's because of what? Seriousness. We know each other. We are from the same school. We know each other because we read. We sacrifice. All sacrifice a lot of things. So living in your home, coming for night studies without reading is also what? Wastage. So we consider all of those stuffs. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mohammed. Yeah, the student outside, I hope they are listening well, and I hope they will take the advice: consistency, patience, determination, sacrifice, hard working. All those things should be put into consideration for you to excel well in future. Yeah, with that, before we go for commercial break, we'll also give a chance to Daniel to say something. Yeah.
Okay, I want to add something on what he said. That is based on the peer influence side. You see, that if you can do math and you are out there, tell me in any possible way that a plus and a minus will combine and form positive. That will never happen, right? And even if you are that person that is positive to that level, if you associate with somebody that is negative, the negative is going to reduce you. The polar, let's say for example, you have positive 10 and minus 6. That's going to be how much? Plus 4. If you have negative 14 and plus 10, that's going to be minus 4. So you can see in any way that if you interact with somebody that is visionless, my brother, my sister, come on, your vision will never count positive. So therefore, like what he said, the peers you also let's say interact with at certain levels, can actually determine who you will become. Yeah, because you like what man did was show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. So the friends also you interact with sometimes will really count in your let's say determining your passion and your readiness towards what you are also pursuing in your academic life. So please be careful with the people you also interact with. They can cause a lot.
Yeah, be careful of people that you interact. They can cause a lot. Thank you so much, Daniel, and thank you so much, Mohammed. With that, we are going to have a short commercial break. After that, we are going to continue with the amazing topic that is the secret behind the great performance of science student.
Do you have a dream of becoming a video editor, graphic designer, or WordPress web developer? Our digital skills training courses at skills.gm will help you in making your dreams a reality. We provide intensive hands-on courses that can help you harness the creativity in you. Our video editing course will enable you to create professional videos for home, work, or for social media handles. Being a graphic designer is among the most rewarding digital skills nowadays. We will help you acquire relevant design skills to enable you to design and manipulate pixel-based images and vector graphics for print and display. Almost every business wants to have an online presence in this digital era. We will guide you on how to create secured and professional-looking websites, blogs, and online stores. We encourage our students to engage in innovative, critical thinking coupled with collaborative learning concepts and projects. For more information, visit us at Mall of Gambia, Bakote, office number 18, or call 7048-155 or visit our website at www.skills.gm/training.
Yeah, thank you so much from that short commercial break. Here with me, I have two honorable members or two students from Nusra Senior Secondary School. That is Daniel Mendy and Mohamed Rame. And today here we are discussing an interesting topic that is the secret behind the great performance of science students. And with that, we are going deep into the topic. And we're also going to ask Daniel Mendy, what are your mode of study so that at least you can motivate some student outside there, at least they can cope with you.
Thank you so much. Okay, I would love to give my mode of studies, but I just hope so you can cope with it. Yeah. Okay, like ever since I came to New South Senior Secondary School, like I made mention earlier, the first time I did not perform very well. So I had to go back and regurgitate things. And also after cross-studying a lot, I realized that I actually don't have a very good timetable for myself. With the timetable, I also, like, I don't have any timetable. I just study off head. I feel like I just allowed myself to be led by my mood and also by what my heart wants for that particular day. So I'll get up and feel like, today let me just do maths. Today let me just look at chemistry or biology. So that's how I was going. So immediately after I look at my first time performance, that was question 13. That was very bad. I was like, maybe my mode of studies is actually affecting me also to where like to where I want to see myself to. So second time, before the second time started, I also sat down, also draft out a timetable which I think is actually going to be perfect for me. So let's say this is how I do it. Because you like you don't expect yourself to be touching out only reading subjects for a whole day. That's going to be very, 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 very like it's going to be very combative. So I will advise you check out putting out a calculation subject and a reading subject. Let's say for example a day you can have further mathematics and also like biology or chemistry. You can also have physics. Physics, as we know, sometimes it entails a lot small calculation. You can have physics and in combination with agri. You can have also mathematics in combination with geography or rest. So which is to simplify things, you need to check out a calculation subject and a reading subject. So that was the first thing I considered. And also now, getting back to the amount of time I put in my study schedules. Normally, then I used to study 4 hours in a whole day, and the rest of the hours I either spend it on my phone or social media doing something that is very, 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 let's say, very unexpected. So, meaning also the amount of time you spend on your study schedule is also very important. Let's say, as a science student or a student of any other field, if you are popping into your grade 11 improper, come on, you should not study anything less than 7 hours for a day. If you study anything less than 7 hours, my friend, you are joking. Because after like having considering that you'll be doing this thing 9 subjects for your work examination, and those 9 subjects, especially subjects like our biology, the syllabus is too much. So at least those 7 hours, let's say every day, you should be able to cover out at least 3 subjects. At least 3 subjects. So when I was in grade 11, let's say a day I cover out close to 4 or 5 subjects. So how I do it, like I'm saying you should study 7 hours, but I myself don't study 7 hours. Sometimes I make it even 10, 12. It depends on my mood, but I make sure that I don't study anything less than 7 hours. When I get up in the morning, when I'm not, let's say for example, it's not a schooling days from Monday to Thursday. On a Friday, I'll go to the school from morning to evening. So like after evening, I go back home, take bath, eat lunch. I don't sleep. Maybe I will take a nap for 2 hours. When I get up, I get back to the school and read for the whole night. Like if I'm tired anywhere, I sleep, and I will tell this boy to wake me up. And unfortunately, if he forgets, when I get up, I'm always very hungry, like let's say very angry. I'm angry with myself because I feel like the hours I slept, I'm wasting time. So that also is also something that also I encountered too. So I can say the study time also is also very important. Yeah, at least a student of any field, you are matching proper into your work examination. Let's say in grade 11, at least you should study 11. At least meaning it can be 7 or greater than 7. So also the study time also is very very important. And let me say also how ready you are also is very important. Like I do tell this to people, don't learn with energy, learn with your heart. It's very important. If you learn with your energy, you're going to exhaust yourself. But if you learn with your heart, be ready to go with what your heart wants, then everything becomes easy for you on the pathway. So also learning with your heart also is very important. And also don't also be distracted by the way your friend studies. Everybody have your own way of reaching your path to success. It's very important. Like I might I might be able to let's say substance to 7 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours. So therefore, if Mama sees me studying that hour, oh wow, Daniel is studying more than me. This boy will take me. I also need to extend to the hours he's also studying. You also try to put in yourself in that situation, and even though you know that you cannot get through it, you still try to force yourself. So I can say I also allowed myself not to be intimidated or also peer influenced by the way people upload their books. I make sure I don't do that. Like I normally tell this to people, I will make sure that I do it my own style, and I think my own style is what is best for me. So maybe I'll try to like get back on the things I said. Like, first of all, it depends on how you arrange your study subjects, that is calculation subject and also on a reading subject. So two, I talk about the study time you put in. The study time also is very important. And that's what I've been doing. I actually study 7 hours. And also I said you should learn with your heart. Your heart is very important. After having considered learning with your heart, then the last thing I made mention of it again. Yeah, exactly. Peer influence also could also very count. Yeah, in something like that. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, that is wonderful study mode. I hope the students are listening, and I hope they will take the good advice, because these are important factors that can help any other student to excel in any other field that you are studying. And we also engage Mohammed also to tell us more or briefly about your study mode, so that at least your mentees outside there also can cope with the system.
Yeah, thank you very much for asking this question. Yeah, the way I study is quite different from the way Dan study, and it's quite different from the way Usman Jaura here study. So, when I'm studying, I first thing that I check whether the time that I'm studying is favorable. You don't only just jump in and study. At times there are times that you dedicate purposely for what? Sleeping, because you cannot sleep while you cannot study while you don't have enough sleep. Because remember, if you study for maybe 10 or 11 hours, it does not take 10 hours for you to recharge your battery again. It's like perhaps 2-3 hours nap, and also recover what you lost. Remember, energy input is equals to energy output. So studying, you should combine reading subject with what? Calculation. First, what is more important in academia is studies, and what also determine your results is studies. And as a good student, What is more important is when you are studying, the first 5 minutes of your studies determine everything. The first 5 minutes. If your first 5 minutes of studies is good, meaning you can continue. But if your first 5 minutes of your studying is alarming, meaning you should what? Start again. Because when you start, you start with what? Total seriousness. At times, the environment that you study also is not that favorable. We have noise, distraction. Try and avoid an environment which is what? Which is noisy. As Dan said, study with your heart, not study with energy. If you study with your heart, remember the heart and what the mindset, they are linked with what nerves. So if you study with your heart, the passion, the zeal that you have, so whatever you study, it becomes part of you. It's very difficult for you to what, forget. And that's why I said, and that's why Daniel also said consistency is very good. Because you have to be consistent with studies. If you're not consistent with study, brother, you cannot achieve what you want. The road to success is not as smooth as you think, but it's rough. It is rough in a sense that you have to face a lot of obstacles. And as a student, one of the challenges that you face is studies. Because it's not easy. You at times you'll be sitting with your friends and they'll be like, yeah, boy, Madam Lava, I'm going to Lava, I'm going to Onyx, I'm going to enjoy myself. Look at that. And you are here sitting. At my end, that's how things goes. All my friends are going to party, and I know that I'm the first child of the family, as I said. And I'm not that financially stable up to that extent that I should go and be wasting money extravagantly outside there, which is not meaningful. So I prefer to study, and if I'm studying, I start with what? Reading subject. As Daniel mentioned, biology is what bulky. So when I'm studying biology in my timetable, what I do is that volume 1 and volume 2, I study it what? Separately. Because in a week, I can say I can study volume 1 two times, and I can also study what? Volume 2 times. But what I do is that I study biology, from biology, mathematics, from maths to what? Chemistry. You have to mix. If you are from a reading subject, after reading that reading subject for instance 1 hour or 2 hours, 30 minutes, take a break with your phone. Now the world is very advanced. Listen to music, or if you don't want to listen to music, take your phone, go to TikTok, just free your mind so that you can regurgitate and ponder very well. So from there, after taking that 10 or 30 minutes break time, do not consider it as a loss. It's not a loss. You are trying to what? To get stuff back. From there, you do mathematics because you are at that juncture in time. You are what? Dizzy. So you will take mathematics after solving, because math, as you solve, it becomes easy. Because as the saying goes, many people believe that math is difficult. Math is the simplest subject that you can see. It's very simple because math, what you believe and what people believe is quite what different. We believe in what? Consistency. Consistency, I mean. When a formula is given to you, you don't just come. You use that formula. The more you use that formula, the more you become part of it. It's not like you cram because it's already part of the system. Whenever a question is dragged and the question is trying to ask you this stuff, yeah, they're asking for the formula of what? Total surface area of a cylinder, either close or what? Open. So you know whether 2 pi r square h or 2 plus 2 pi r h or 2 pi r, you know what to do because it's already part of you. So maths, from reading to mathematics, from that mathematics go back to what? Reading. I think even the art students should try and do this study routine because mathematics is very important, and many of us want, many of the the art students want to pursue educational career at the law faculty, and mathematics is also what? A criteria. So math is not difficult. People that are having it A, they're having the same head, they're having the same brain, but what is the difference? Why are you having it a low grade than the person? The mindset. So the main reason why essentially are also excelling more because of their strong mathematical background. This strong mathematical background allowed them, opens their IQ so that they can study more and allow them to think critically. So if you, the art students, you can do mathematics, bro, nothing can stop you from scoring A in literature because you can think critically, you know when to read and what time to read. That is very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you are hearing from both people here, Mohamed Drame and Daniel Mendy. Now, what I just learned from them is that you need to have a proper timetable, and you also need to have a proper study time, and you need to have a environment that is very conducive and you also need to have a heart and a mentality that is accepting the things that you are learning. All those things are very, very, very important in order to excel in any other areas. And the mentality that you also have toward a certain subject also save your grades in those areas. So it's very important to have a good mentality in all subjects like mathematics, that is a global problem, English, and the biologies and the economics that we are all doing. So it's very important to set a target to have a good grades in WAS or in any other internal exam in your various school. So it's very important. And the other question that we are going to is the practical side of various science subjects like biology, like physics, I hope chemistry, and other areas. All those things are practical areas. Now, are you guys doing those practical areas as expected? Because it will be a question for both of you. Either you are having materials in those areas, or you are having only practical side, but no equipments and no mechanism in order to do those things.
Yeah, I think that question is very important. Okay, now for the side of your practicals we normally do at school, like we believe that in life, whatever is practicalized should be visualized. If something you are practicalizing and you're not able to face it in the real life, sometimes it becomes very critical for you to understand what you have actually done back there. So what I'm trying to connect out is if something is practicalized inside a lab, at least that same thing should come out in the like in the real world. But like I can say, most of the schools, especially in the current state of the country we are living in, having considered a lot of things. Maybe back from my school, some of the materials we need for the practical sometimes are not available. It's not like I'm trying to give out some yeah, some negativities to it. But to be honest, some practicals we do out there, it doesn't actually count in our daily life benefits. I might not be so let's say straightforward with it, but also I don't want to be biased. So having looked at biology, to be honest, my brother here can be a testimony to that. If you look at the things we do, it's mostly they will draw for you cockroach. They ask you, what is this? It's a cockroach. What are some of these things? Well, like what? Those things actually will never count in our growth in the daily life. Yeah, so yeah, we should know the insects. Yeah, it's our right to know the insects and know what are their benefits in the society. Also, if it is not something that is going to lead to our let's say lead to our knowledge in the research in the future or development will actually count in the void. So let's say some of the materials also we need also in the labs are not sometimes available. So it makes it very hard for you to be able to come up with something which you'll be able to understand yourself. You're just doing it for the sake of doing. But when you get outside there, you'll not be able to practicalize it. And that is why right now you are like many people believe that science students are not making any improvement in the country. They are only like giving some things like drawing this, but you never see science students trying to develop something. That is because of the lack of the facilities. Mind you, you cannot blame us. Though I'm not actually in the university to pursue the real science field, but I'm actually a graduate from the senior school, so I have a taste of it. So I can actually tell you outside there, it's not actually the science students you can blame. Sometimes the materials you need are not on table. If you don't have what you need to do something, you actually cannot do anything out of that. So also, you don't have the energy, the power to provide something for yourself. So also, the materials we need inside there to come up with something is actually very, very, very complex. Like I told my brothers earlier, if I'm given the materials and some necessary equipment, I will process an aeroplane for the country. And that's going to be history. And it's not a joke. Like if we are provided with some of the materials we need to actually build up something or create something very very technical, we can do it. Unlike other countries, like I can say our neighboring country, Senegal, we had that they sent a space rocket, like they sent a rocket, a rocket to space. It was not because of magic, it's because they were provided with the materials and we are able to come up with something that was necessary like that. So likewise here also, some of the things we need for our practicals, this thing, our experiments or for our real life doings are not actually available. So that actually caused into the impediment of our level of growth or going deeper in the research of trying to analyze or knowing some things about the real world. So the materials also is very important. I can say that is the main problem we face. The materials that are needed, and also sometimes, honestly, especially in our country here, nobody need to be told about it. the educational arena is very, 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 very weak. It's very weak, and that is sometimes as a result of some resources that are needed to be put in the like educational system are actually diverted. So that support also that is needed also to help us go ahead with our research or with our passion of creating out something in the arena of the like the practical side should also be provided. If something is needed for anything, put it there for that. You cannot take out deviate. If you deviate what is needed for something, that particular thing is supposed to be put inside in will never grow. So I think that would be my point of analysis on that.
Yeah, that is wonderful. I hope the authorities will be hearing this and they will also have something to say about it. It's very important for these people to have what materials and equipment in which they can do their practicals, and at least they can innovate and invent something that can at least better our country and develop our country, because it's very disastrous to see a whole country still now, our science students or our students that are doing science, still now they cannot come together and do something. And if they have these materials, I believe the IQ or the intelligent or the genius students that we have in the Gambia here, at least they must invent and innovate something far away from now, because we have different science students that graduated from universities and from colleges and from some technical institution. If they have these materials, they can invent something and they can innovate something and they can develop this country. So it's very important and it's very vital for these materials to be available in our various schools so that they can achieve their goals and their mission, so that they can develop this country. And with that, we also engage Mohammed. Mohammed, we see in various was examination, they will bring practicals, and those practical, most of the case, you only do it in exam and you never see them again. And most of the practical, like maybe the areas of chemistry and other physics areas, you only see them on paper and you never see them in reality. So, what are your advice toward the authorities so that they can put these practicals in a way that at least it can develop the country, it can develop the mindset of the student, and it can benefit the society at.
Thank you very much. I think this question is quite interesting. Yeah, at the educational arena, I can say, for instance, physics. When you are doing your WAS examination, we have 2 to 3 alternatives, depending on the number of students that are doing that particular subject. So for physics, the practical aspect, at times, the the question that the exams will direct you, it will be your first time and will be your last time doing it. Because in a sense that you know that, because after doing your WAS examination, so if you either succeed in it or you fail in it, what you can do is private WAS, and private WAS is test of practical, not live practicals. So the question that they bring, at times it's very simple, but are those material present? Have you ever involved or have you ever interacted with that material? Yeah, at times the materials presented to students are discouraging and alarming, and I think school authorities should what inspect what examination materials 2 or 3 months before what paper, because remember, you are holding someone's future, because most at times our future lies in this was examination, and at times people might it depends on the way they see you, and people at times they present you based on your results. You can have a D7 in your physics. That doesn't mean that you can do physics. It even mean at times it depends on practical, because practical also what because practical is out of 50, and materials that are presented to students also are not good. And the advice that I have, and I think schools, institutions should follow, is that even if you are in grade 10, regardless of the grade that you are in, if you are to teach simple harmonic motion, try by all means what you teach them practical so that they can visualize it. You cannot teach me simple harmonic motion without giving me bifilar suspension. And how can I come to an examination and they ask me to do bifilar suspension without never interacting with those kind of materials? Yes, you have taught me how to find my gravity, which is 9.8. But have you ever taught me bifilar suspension? It is a subtopic on the what? Simple harmonic motion. But they should try by all means, whereby students should interact immediately after a topic. They should try by all means, let them take them to the lab, let them interact with those materials, because they are already in use with those materials. Because The main reason of those materials is to be interactive with students, but not to be kept there for no reasons. The same goes to biology. Yeah, biology also, it's at times very crazy. You'll be learning about agama lizard, but that agama lizard, does it contribute to your society? Here, what we are learning is to become a medical doctor. Teach us about the human system. Teach us about diseases so that we can know about them, so that whenever we are whenever we're having problems, we can know how to solve those problems. But you cannot teach us something without us having any benefit in us, because education, when you are sent to school, what you are expected of is to learn and come and benefit the society. But you are taught something and you can't benefit the society. What you can know is only label the cockroach, telling that this is the antenna. Yeah, no. It's crazy at times. I think the educational system, the syllabus, need to be checked and need to be checked very well, thoroughly, because what the syllabus that are given to students are not, at times they're not even the requirement for students that are going to do WAS. Look at the IT, the information technology, the WAS. They have different syllabus, but schools are always behind. Any system that should be changed, I think schools need to be informed, and school authorities also, the leaders also need to be questioned at times, know that how things are going, need to come to classes and ask students. There's not only ask teachers how our lessons going. I think they should ask students, let students also have say in the education, because the teacher already knows what he is doing. But is the student trying to absorb what the teacher is trying to say? No. If this, because one thing I know is that in a city school, in a good institution like Nusrat, or you go to GMA, or you go to any other schools, at times we have teachers that you know that students are not happy with them. Principals should come and ask, how is this man teaching? Because you need to listen to what your students are saying. Because if you have to check their results, they all came with good aggregates. They cannot be coming here and be saying stories about teachers, bad things about teachers. If you are teaching very well, why wouldn't they say something good about you? Why is that Mr. Koide's name is all around the country? Because what he is delivering. If you are delivering, your name must be published out. But if you are not delivering up to satisfaction, you will not be heard. And I think school authorities, not only the school authorities, but the ministers also, they should also check the educational system. Our educational system is not going anywhere. Students are not even shown the face of they are not even encouraged to learn. We need to be encouraged. But here we are all discouraged. In order for you to learn, you need to be encouraged, motivated, so that you can achieve what you want. But the problem is that they are busy sitting without checking what is going in schools. I think it is their task to go to schools, check what is happening inside the schools. I bet if that happens, each and every institution will go forward. If they are checking what is happening inside the schools, a lot of things need to be changed in our educational system. Our educational syllabus is not going forward. It's not helping us. This is the olden days. But now we are in the new arena. We're in the new system. We need to be taught. We need to be taught about IT, information communication technology. In the next 10 years, you will not need these monitors. You will not need this clock. You will not need many. Look at now, post office. It's even there now. You don't even know about it. I think students need to be taught what to do, and they need to be motivated. Teachers are not even motivated because of low salary. If teachers are not motivated, how do you expect them to deliver to students satisfaction? Because I think education is the first pillar. The backbone of each and every country is true learning. Because these students that you are seeing right now, they are going to be the future representative rather of this country. They have to represent this country. But if they are having low IQ, how do you expect them to lead a society? I think this educational system need to be changed. Our educational syllabus also need to be changed. You cannot give us 19 something syllabus and expect us to learn. No. And our education system also need to be changed in a sense that a student cannot apply abroad without telling that person. They will ask you to go and take an English proficiency test. Why? Because Because they think that the exams that we are doing also are not good. You will have A in WAS, and you are asked to sit an English proficiency test. But why other schools have been what waived, or other countries rather? I think our educational system need to be checked very very well, very very well. Thank you.
Yeah, that's very important. That is the importance of this program educational system. We want to call different students from various schools to come here to ventilate their grievances in concern with the system and the syllabus and the challenges that they are facing in various schools. Because we know that there's a high time for us to change the education system. Because the system that they taught our fathers and our mothers is the same system that we are going through. And that system that our fathers were taught, still now they cannot develop. And this, the same system that we are also taught, and we cannot do nothing. The old book that we are taught is the same book that our fathers read. So our fathers do not do enough for this country. And still now we are using the same syllabus and the same mechanism. Do we think that we will have the same, we will also change the country? No. So the problem is we need to have a platform. That's why we create this platform in order to hear from different students that are very good at different areas of studies, so that they can ventilate their grievances to the authorities that are in control of our education system. I believe the minister and the authorities will go around and ask the students what do they want in their education system, because the world is advancing at a what, at a very alarming rate, that we need to go away with olden syllabus and venture into new syllabus, because technology is advancing and what we are learning is different from what the new world is learning or the western world is learning. So it's a very high time for us to change the syllabus and make a difference and develop our this small nation. And with that, we have a few time to go, and we will also allow our guests to give their closing remarks. So with that, we will allow Daniel to give us a closing remark, to give out a remark to the students that are outside there, the parents and the families out.
Mr. Osman, thank you so much for giving this opportunity to give our closing remarks. Dear students, I think this one is specifically for you. I want to tell you one thing. Like, if you actually want to gain something in life or become something great, you actually need to put out the energy and the passion needed. You cannot dream to become something while you're not like preparing for it today. Like, I have this famous say, God wants everybody to be like to become great in life or give you something great. But if you realize that the level of seriousness is not in you, then that particular thing will not be given to you. I can give an example of this. Can a shrub carry a mango fruit? It's never possible. The mango fruit itself is going to kill the shrub. So that is it. If you want to carry something in life or want to carry something big, you need to prepare very, very, very well for it. And this is the like the right time you have in your senior school or in your academic pursuit. Like, create time for yourself. Do away with everything that has to do with distraction with yourself. If it is your phone, do it away from you. If it is your social media or TikTok or anything that is distracting you, my friend, cut it off. Work is very important for you. It's very, very important. Like I say, this most of the times, the results doesn't actually determine your destiny, but they can count in where you are heading to life. Sometimes they can really count in where you are heading to life. So it's high time you left all the things you are doing that are actually going to, let's say, ponder this thing, your academic performance. Create the passion, be ready to do it, and continue doing it. So, and dear parents too, please, your kids are your priorities. Yes, so give them all the necessary environment and also the resources they need. It might not be some like everything needed, but at least something to support them to go with their academic pursuit. So I think that's what I have. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope the parents and the students are listening outside there, so that they can take the benefit of what we are just saying. And Mohammed, we would also like you to give your closing remark to the students and the parents outside.
Yeah, thank you. They are my fellow students, because I'm also a student, and my fathers or sisters and brothers outside. Uh, Thank you very much for listening and spending your time to listen to what we are saying here. So the closing remark that I have here is that you, the student that is watching this, try by all means to be serious. Seriousness is very good. As Daniel said, anything that is disturbing you, try and put it aside. This work examination doesn't determine your future, but it can also open ways for your future. You see, these are two statements with different directions, and don't don't joke with this education. As I would say, don't joke with this education. Uh, Dear parents, try by all means help our sisters, help our brothers outside that want to learn. You need to sponsor them because this educational career can change the family situation later, not now but later. Try and sponsor them, give them all what they need, and also what advice. You need to advise them because you know life more than them. As they are growing, they need advice, and you also need to show them love. As a student, one thing also counts a lot. If you are not having a stable mind, if you are learning as a student, you need to have a stable mind. Try by all means, if you are doing examination, ponder everything that is outside. Any social problem that you have in outside, forget about it. As far as you enter in the examination hall, know that it's between you and your future. Hope you are understanding what I'm saying. Try and digest and absorb what I'm trying to say. When you are entering inside, it's between you and yourself. It's between you and your future. Any problem that you're having outside, put everything aside. Go inside and write and make the family proud. If you make the family proud, if you put a smile on your face, inshallah, Rabbi, the God, the creator of the earth and heaven, will not fail you. Try and how can you make your parents proud? As a student, the only way you can make your parents proud is what? Having a good results. Even if you are scoring F9, just what? Be consistent with your studies. With time, it will change, and with time, you will score A. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mohammed, and thank you so much, Daniel, for coming. This is very important advices that our parents and the students outside there will be listening. I hope they will take the good advice, inshallah. And do join us next Wednesday at the same time. This is your favorite program, our education system, and I am your host, Usman Dora. Thank you so much.